in the longevity field is getting out of control.
It is.
People are coming to me taking 30, 40 supplements because everything is helpful. And they believe that just piling them on. And I first of all, I mean, that's like a full meal, right? Taking the supplements and how much fillers and how much, first of all, how much of those are you ingesting? And then you're bombarding your body with either one substance or maybe a group of substances, but then it's large amount.
Absolutely.
So how much burden might it place on the body, right? So I understand the fulvic acid and humic, they're able to carry these trace amounts of what's essential for the body.
That's
and carry it into the cells. So tell us the difference between using something carrying trace amounts versus bombarding your body with large amounts from a supplement.
This is one of my favorite topics. I coined a term years ago called nutraceutically induced toxicity.
Oh,
and
nice.
I used to see this, just like yourself, doctor, in the practice where people are coming in and they're just bringing bags of products in. And you're right, they're marketed thinking, well, if I take this, it's going to help this symptom or condition. And what ends up happening is they start getting all this overlap of all of these nutrients. In our body, which is just an amazing chemistry project, right? That we have to have balance. And, when we're taking substances, even like vitamin C, there should be cofactors, things that actually help that the body recognize and use that nutrient. Well, unfortunately, in the nutraceutical industry today, things are researched, they kind of strip it down and go, well, this is really important, so let's just mega dose this. And then we remove all of the supporting cofactors, and the body really has to try to put all these pieces together, which in turn can create more depletion problems. So from a cellular level, nature really provided everything we need in our food. But let's go back now, like we were talking earlier, before the Industrial Revolution, when we were growing things, we didn't have all the pollutants, commercial farming practices, we were getting all the nutrition we needed out of our food. Well, we're no longer getting that today. So this is why the supplement business is really blown up. But the problem is we are using crystalline forms, synthetic forms that are not recognizable to the body. As you mentioned, you look at the back of the bottle and you see these daily allowances that are 2,800%. Do we really need 2,800% of that? Probably not. The reason we're pushing that amount in is we may just get a fraction of it into the cell. So what I found is we started really integrating humic and fulvic in, because these are in nature. When you take a molecule of humic and fulvic, within that molecule, you have the proper balance of trace minerals and elements, in there. Now, trace minerals are critical. They're what I call critical catalysts in the body. If we don't have the right balance of trace minerals, we can't metabolize vitamins, which people are taking. And a lot of times people think of minerals as magnesium and calcium and potassium. But we have these other 72 plus trace minerals that have to be in the proper form to even help metabolize those. I always recommend people to Google the mineral wheel. I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to look at the mineral wheel, but if you pull that up, it shows all the interactions of all the trace minerals together and kind of what supports and what antagonizes. And it's just mind-boggling to try to figure this out. Like, well, how much copper do I need? How much, zinc do I need? And
so you're saying if you give too much of one, you could just tilt.
You just throw the other one off.
Yes.
And it becomes real burdensome for the body and creates more stress. So what I love about humic and fulvic is you have the proper balance of these trace minerals and elements in the right biological form that the body can recognize and use. So it takes the guesswork out of it, to where the body knows what to use. Plus, fulvic, especially fulvic, which is a smaller, more bioactive molecule that moves through the gut all the way through the blood-brain barrier. And what that means is it gets all the way to all the cells in the body, all the way down to the mitochondrial membrane, is it's providing this wealth of these trace elements that the body can recognize and use. And if there happens to be too much of one mineral, it can actually bind and reduce and pull that safely out of the body. Mm-hmm. So, it's almost like a conductor of a really complex orchestra in the body to help maintain balance. And that's what I love about incorporating Humic and Fulvic into our health regime today.
Well, that's really interesting. A small molecule like that would have, I wouldn't call it intelligence, but somehow nature has designed in a way that it's able to carry the proper balance of things. I guess maybe because it in early stages of evolution, that's how life evolved with this amount of whatever this molecule can carry. I mean, it's a symphony, right?
It's an absolute symphony.
Yeah, the forming of life and the substance that can recycle nutrients within life, and then they just kind of co-evolve.